Okay, so welcome to our video review of Warcraft Beginning, and we've just come back from watching the film. So let's start off by tearing this movie to shreds. Okay, what did you not like about it?
Um,
No, so what did you like about
what did I like about it? There was a lot that I liked about it. Visually, it was really nice.
it? Yes, it was very nice.
The orcs especially
Yeah.
looked fantastic, I think.
They look like what orcs should look like, not like those lousy orcs in Lord of the Rings. Those guys look like they had some kind of
You
disease.
can't compare because
Why not? It's two films you can compare.
it's a different interpretation of what an orc is, and the Warcraft orcs are
Real orcs.
cartoon. No, they're not real orcs. They are kind of cartoony because that's what World of Warcraft is. It's like a cartoony game.
This is ginger beer, by the way, not booze.
You have to drink these if you want to. So yeah, so visually it was beautiful. It was very nice to see all of the places that they put in from the game. So it was really nice to see Stormwind. To start off with, they did try to fit in a lot of different places,
Yeah.
which did feel a little bit rushed from one place to the next. But on the other hand, it was nice to see those places as well. It was nice that they tried to include them.
I don't think they should have had that opening scene in Iron Forge, though. I mean, I expect the first scene, which shows like one human and one orc,
It was a bit pointless.
it was completely pointless. The whole point of it was just for them to say, "Oh, all this like is the beginning." But we already know that every gamer who's going to watch the film would already have known it from looking at all the released, like all the material.
Yeah, they didn't put Ironforge in because it was important to the story at all.
Yeah.
It was obviously just so that they'd say, look, here's Ironforge.
Yeah, it was just to
And
have
like,
it,
oh, it's Ironforge.
and that was a complete waste because it had nothing to do with the story. Okay, the dwarf gave him a gun, but there are like guns in World of Warcraft, so they could have had that in a different way, and it just took away from it took up unnecessary screen time. That's what I thought. That screen time could have been used better for plot development. There's a lot in the plot that they kind of rush through, like finding out that Nagith is actually evil, or is actually the one who brought the orcs there. I mean, it just came a bit too suddenly for me. I know you said that you kind of like didn't have problems with that, but I found it too swift. I would have liked that to have been played out a bit more, given a bit more narrative depth.
I think also visually the magic looked really nice. When they were doing the magic, how it looked on screen, especially because we saw it in 3D. So I think it looked really nice.
I like the one where he turned the prison guard into a sheep, because that is you see that in the introductory cinematic for World of Warcraft, which is the only place I've ever seen it because I've never actually used that spell. I don't think I've ever played a mage character, or maybe one of those where you start and then stop and delete after you reach level 4 or something.
Magic hunter.
No, I've played other characters before.
Warrior.
Yeah, warrior, that sort of stuff. I've had warlock, I've had blood elf warlock, but never really a mage. I don't think I've ever really. I don't think I've played a mage character before. So that spell, I've never used it, but you know it from the intro that it's there, and it was nice to see them use it in the film. That was a good.
Yeah, it was a nice compliment.
I was very disappointed that there wasn't more of Dalaran. It's like you see him flying to it, and then after that he's running up the stairs. And it would have been nice to see a little bit more. And one thing I didn't like was that there was no in-game music in the movie.
Just at the end, was a bit.
Yeah, but that was the lot.
Stormwind
Was there?
Had a brief.
Yeah, but it was
brief
too brief.
moment
They could have pulled it out a bit more, because that would have and that's stuff that you can add in from the game without actually interfering with the flow of the narrative. Because you could have it as a background music, like when they're in the town and that kind of thing.
But did it actually not have more music in the different movies?
Yeah, maybe
Like,
because we've not played for such a long
Does
time.
Ironforge have its own music?
I think you need to look there. it's like it's not going to record. Because we've made one
This
that
is take
before.
two.
This is take two. In take one, we're talking at each other, and nothing is actually being recorded because we're talking at each other and it's not being recorded by the video.
I'm probably only talking to each other anyway because nobody's probably going to watch this.
But I'm sure like a few like characters will click on it and nasty comments at the bottom. Darts, he didn't like the film.
I did like the film. I wouldn't say that I didn't like it, but I did come out kind of feeling a bit flat.
What do you think made you feel flat?
I think, well, to be honest, I don't know what the actual story in the World of Warcraft lore is, so I don't know how closely the film sticks to the actual, what was already there as a story. But things like the king dying and then.
What is
What
that?
the hell was that?
Oh, there's an
Oh
insect
my god.
with it.